Guys, great news. These legends just saved anime. At least that's what Corridor Crew and a bunch of idiots want you to think. Let's talk about it. If you aren't aware, Corridor Crew is a YouTube channel that is mostly known for their short films or breakdown of VFX shots that you'd see in movies and whatnot. The videos are actually pretty good and they can be super informative for all the behind the scenes stuff in all your favorite, movies and shows and whatnot. Which is why it especially sucks that these guys decided to go ahead and make this.
I challenge you to rock, paper, cross blades!
This is their animated short film called Anime Rock Paper Scissors, following two brothers who, to win the throne, play rock paper scissors. But there's a bit of a twist. Not in the short itself, mind you, but actually in the production. See, this isn't just an animated short with a goofy premise. The interesting thing about this video is that Corridor Crew saved animation. By stealing from artists. Wait.
I think we came up with a new way to animate, a way to turn reality into a cartoon. One more step towards true creative freedom.
Or what he said, sure. Basically, the entire thing was made using AI. But before we get into this embarrassing attempt at pretending to care about artists, please remember to subscribe to this video if you like it. Now, let's get into it.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could film yourself and easily turn into anything you want, like a cartoon character?
Just a brief reminder that whenever someone says you can do anything you want with this, they're straight up lying to you and most likely trying to sell you something. But Corridor Crew wouldn't do that, right? Right? Well, in this video they had the audacity to call Did We Just Change Animation Forever? They give an actual tutorial for how to do the exact same thing. Except not really, because they put the actual tutorial behind a paywall on their website. But don't worry, they'll make it very clear that they're doing you a favor by saving you time. By paying. Wait, what?
Basically, there's a bunch of freaking sliders, and it's really boring, and there's all that stuff that Nico goes into way more depth over on CorridorDigital.com, because we don't want to bog you guys down here with the really silly specific stuff.
But I'm not necessarily getting into a click-by-click tutorial. For those of you who want that, we actually have that on our website, CorridorDigital.com. I'll have a link in the description below.
But to be fair, you do get this super awesome shirt too. Actually, it looks pretty damn bad. Oh.
Limited edition shirt. It's only available for the next 7 days. It's designed by humans.
You know it's a good sign when one of the main selling points for a product is that it's made by humans. We'll get into that. But first I want to get into the actual quality of this animated thing itself. Yeah, I think thing is the best word. Alright, let me be clear and say these guys are really stretching the term animation. Just because I slapped the Snapchat filter on myself doesn't mean I animated anything. But let's go with their premise. They animated using AI. Cool. It doesn't look too good. But here's the thing. It doesn't really matter if it did. There's a greater issue at hand here. See, the visual aesthetics, the mimicry on display here isn't magic. It's not like the AI has sentience and made it all by itself. Instead, it's all pulled and taken directly from Vampire Hunter D, a gothic, dark, beautiful looking animated film. And here we can see all the life of it being sucked out in favor of this. No pun intended. But here's the funny thing. I actually don't care that they made this. I get it. The tech is exciting and you want to play around. Go ahead, they can even make videos on it. But when you start making god-awful reasons and act holier than thou, that's when issues begin. I love how he contradicts himself so horribly. First he talks about humanity and art itself.
But it's part of our humanity to try to visualize things that don't exist.
Then he goes on to brag about how few people, humans, he needs to work with.
Boy, look at this giant crew we have. Oh wait, we have like 2 people and an actor.
But then he goes into this sappy speech about how people need to work together. By building an AI to remove the need for people to work together.
The only way I can create really cool things is with the help of other people helping make the technology to create those really cool things.
Like, I'm so baffled. I've seen their other videos and they make some pretty solid points and, they have to be intelligent to make the work that they do, but they do not look good here. Now, let's talk about the thing that's got a lot of people really upset. The claim of democratizing animation.
The most creatively liberated medium is also the least democratized. I think we came up with a new way to animate, a way to turn reality into a cartoon. One thing I want to talk about is the democratization of this process. This is a situation here where we're looking at a piece of software that's free. that anyone has access to. A process here that we're sharing openly with everyone because everyone's openly shared knowledge with us, with everyone.
Just to explain it, Mr. Holy Man himself thinks that animation is just too hard and an exclusive club with no access. And look, he's not entirely wrong. Animation is a really difficult thing because drawing is a really difficult thing, and animation is just that, but also making it all look like it's moving. But to claim it's not democratized is to basically be an idiot. Wait, actually, that fits. Getting good at drawing may be difficult, but it's also one of the easiest things to get started in. I mean, how much does it cost to buy some pencils and paper in America? Probably less than it costs to buy all these expensive cameras. So when you say democratizing animation, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Democratizing the skill it takes to animate? Is that it? Are you a complete idiot? I was just assuming a slight one, but you know, now I'm starting to question things. Animation requires a lot of skill and dedication. It's stressful work, and we've seen countless stories of animators getting burnout and quitting the industry. But the solution isn't to remove animators from the equation. If you ever watched an anime and the animation sucked, I can guarantee you none of the animators were at fault, but rather terrible schedules, budgets, and an overabundance of projects being worked on at the same time. The real solution is to pay animators better and give them the time to make this medium as beautiful as it can be. We don't need hacks to make trash quicker. We need better treatment of animators across the board. And you would think the guys at Corridor Crew would know that. Which brings me to my final point. If you haven't watched anything from Corridor Crew, it may come as a surprise to you that their entire shtick is actually defending and explaining why CG can go wrong. Whenever a movie comes out with some really bad shots, these guys are always there to explain how that could have made it into the final product. And oftentimes their takeaway is that we should be more lenient on them because of the Herculean task it is to make it come together. I don't necessarily agree with that. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean we should settle for less as consumers. But still, I get wanting to stay positive and promoting artists whenever they can. But then they go ahead and spit in the faces of animators across the world. They acknowledge the stress of animating without ever addressing the real issues at hand. And I think a big part of it is that these guys seemingly believe that animation is inherently a worse medium. I don't know if they actually feel this way, but the way they constantly devalue anime as just being something as simple as anime is when exaggerated faces really rubs me the wrong way. They don't seem to understand that anime is a medium, not a genre. You can have really grounded realistic vibes, but there's also a lot of really grounded realistic shows. One is not more anime than the other, and to claim otherwise is to either be completely ignorant to what anime is, in which case they shouldn't be trying to replicate something they don't understand, or they're purposely trying to undermine animation as an art form, in which case they shouldn't be trying to replicate something they don't like. And the saddest thing about this entire thing is that they're doing this all for content, not art. Content. And that's what AI art is. It's product to be sold and regurgitated and sold again and rinse and repeat. Even when this tech is perfected, the best it could be is a ripoff of something that came before. Innovation isn't the goal, but rather stagnation. Vampire Hunter D is a beautiful looking anime, but the goal should be to improve upon it, or at the very least take inspiration and add onto it, not replicate it. As I said before, I don't mind people using AI art for fun. I get the inherent value that comes with asking AI to make something and getting it back 2 seconds later. But don't you dare say that this is a replacement for actual artists' work. You didn't change animation forever. You participated in the active effort to hurt artists across the world because you wanted to make your soulless art. And the final thing before I wrap this video up is this great series of tweets I saw that I think really illustrates the point. One of the things that pisses me off the most about AI art is that in the 2010s, 2 of the most wildly beloved properties in animation were created by a guy that couldn't draw. These tech bros moan about how unfair it is that they lack the technical skill to make anything. One Punch Man and Mob Psycho proved that if you have a story to tell and the guts to tell it, people can love it despite your perceived lack of technical skill. I promise you, even if it comes out a little wonky, the art you make yourself will be 1,000,000 times more meaningful than a prompt you fed into a generator. So that's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, please remember to subscribe if you liked the video. One day I will say that word correctly. Subscribe. Thank you. What do you think of this AI anime thing? Was I wrong about anything I said today? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks guys. Bye. Oh wow, look, I'm an animation!